So the first thing you do is add a layer and change it to multiply. Choose a medium dark color that is in complements your image. I chose a darkish blue. Choose what direction the light is coming from. Once you get more comfortable with this, you can choose multiple directions. I chose the left side. Start making shadows. In my opinion, it looks best when it's a hard shadow, but you can also blur it to make it softer. Make sure you put the different shadows on different layers. When you're done, change the opacity of the multiply layer to what you prefer, but I recommend under 50%. All of the shadow layers you have done so far should have the same opacity. I made a mistake while doing the hair. Make sure you do the shadow before the following hair shading. Also, do it on different layers. I can't explain this part very well, so just follow along with the video. This is the shadow you were supposed to do before. I forgot to record some of this. When you're done, change the shadow layer to 30% opacity and the hair layer to whatever you want. I did 60%. Now we will add the highlight. Add a new layer and clip it. Change your brush to something large. I recommend felt tip pen or digital pen. Use a very light color. I prefer just to use white. Make a line across the hair, not too big, and not too small. Erase the white that goes near a line. Watch the video if you're confused. Lower the opacity of the current layer to whatever you want. I did 10%. Choose your eye color and fill in the eyes. Then add a new add layer and clip it. Mimic what I do in the video. Then, make a new multiply layer and clip it. Again, mimic what I do in the video. Then, blur the edge. Make and clip a new layer. Then choose either an almost black or actually black color. Make the pupils. Tip. Make one and then duplicate that layer and use perspective form to move it to the other eye. Make a new layer and switch to airbrush. Surround the eye with the dark color, with more on the top. Make sure the most solid part of the darkness is connected to the top of the pupil. Add a new add layer, and make a little U using a light color, like I did in the video. Above the close, make a new multiply layer. Make wrinkles. Tip. Think that the lines are divided, and each line continued is the wrinkle. Now we are going to do blush. I am just doing the natural pinkish tint. Anything more than that kinda ruins the vibe. To find the blush color, I drop your skin tone and make the color a bit redder, then more saturated. Optional steps. Erase all the blush outside the skin and do blush on the nose, ears, and knees. The highlights I prefer to keep simple. You can also use felt tip pen for this step. The character I'm making, Ayano from Yandere Sim, doesn't seem to be the happy type, so I'm removing the highlights. Finally, you should adjust the opacity of the shadows if needed.